Okay, I'm starting my video out today by reading Luke chapter 12 and verse 27, which says, "Consider the lilies how they grow. They toil not, they spin not, and yet I say unto you that Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these." Okay, so Jesus talked about consider the lilies. I've done a couple of videos on this. I'll leave those in the link so that you can watch those if you want. But Jesus is pretty much saying how that considering the lilies, it means considering living in the now. Try not to worry about the future. Leave our past behind, but concentrate on what we're doing now, having faith that God will supply everything that we need, which is hard because we're humans and it's hard not to worry. But Jesus wants to show how that time, that we need to live in the now, and eventually time will be no more and we'll live forever. And these numbers in this verse is pretty interesting. If you watch my videos, you know that I've shown this lots of times, that you take the word stop time, and you take all the letters and shrink it down to its smallest value, like S is 19, 1 plus 9 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. You do that all the way across, then take all the numbers and multiply them. It's going to equal 30,240. And if you drop the zeros, it's 324. And if you look at the numbers to the chapter and verse of the scripture, 12 times 27 is 324. See, I did videos on the word lilies, but I thought, what about just the word lily, the singular word? And so I decided to take, L is the 12th letter, I is the 9th, and 12 again, Y is the 25th letter, and I multiplied all the numbers together, and it equaled 32400. So again, you got the 324. So I thought that was interesting. And then I thought, well, what about in Strong's? What's the number for Lily in Strong's? And okay, let's see here. Lily, Strong's Concordance.
Check out these pictures.
The word Lily, Strong's Concordance. Okay, there we go. Sorry, a little problem there. But the number for Lily is 2,918. And it mentions, let's see here, mentions Luke 12:27, also at Matthew 6:28. But right now we're just looking at Luke 12:27. And if you look at the number 2918, and if you do it this way, 2 times 9 times 18, you're going to get 324. So Lily is representing about living in the now, and also how that time is going to stop. And if you flip the word lily, and I've shown this before, you're going to see the number 717, which is interesting, because if you do it this way, you think about time, you think about the clock, put 717 next to its opposite, which is 717, and you notice that you get 17, which makes an 8, then 71 makes an 8. And if you think about the clock, if you add up all the numbers, 1 through 12, 1 plus 2 plus 3, and so on, it's going to equal 78. So if you do the opposite, you're going to see the 87. Add those two together, you're going to get 165. And if you add that to its reverse, 561, you're going to get 726, which means Harpazo in Strong's, the great catching away. And what's interesting too, if you do this, take this number and put its opposite next to it, 165, 561. The 1 and 6 are going to make a 7. The 2 5s is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. And the 6 and 1 make another 7. So you're going to get 717. And what's interesting about the number 165 is if you go to the Strong's Concordance, see if I can, I once had it here, but my other phone doesn't want to cooperate with me. Okay, let's see here. 165 Strong's. Okay. All right, there we go. What I thought was interesting about the number is that it had to do with time, a space of time, an age. A cycle, especially of the present age, as contrasted with the future age, and of one of the series of ages stretching to infinity. And let's see here. Find some other. Yeah, so like some of the meanings of this number is forever, forevermore, forever and ever. So it's interesting that it has to do with time. And what's interesting, too, is if you add 1 plus 6 plus 5, it equals 12. And then you get 5, 6, 1, so it's like 12 going backwards, like the clock has 12 numbers. And then, oh my, there we go. And then you have the reverse of the 12. You think about reflection. So it's like 1251, which we talked about in the past, about how that having to do with division, because at Luke 12:51, so it has to do with the dividing of time and leaving time. And there's a section here, but I have a hard time locating it. Let's give me time here. Let's see if I can find it. I just like how it was worded. It says, you can have to look at, you can look this up yourself in Strong's, and because it's kind of long. Okay, I think this is it right here. It says, the adjective, independent of time, above and beyond all time, is synonymous with where time, with its subdivisions and limitations, ends, eternity begins. So I just thought that's interesting that it led to that number. So I've always been fascinated with the word lily and lilies, because it all stems back to there being no time, living in the now. And I just thought I'd share this with you, and I'll leave some links underneath the video. I hope you have a good day.